Welcome back to the Brewing Brothers. Today we're going to be carbonating a brew. It's going to be the cider that we've done a video on in the past, recently. So this is essentially just apple juice that we bought at the grocery store, and if you want to know how to make that, make a hard cider, we just did a previous video on that, so we'll link it here. Essentially this is hard cider, like I said, from the grocery store with K1 V116 yeast, Lalvin.
This is the one done with D47.
And we did 3 of them. There's the EC1118 that we did. That pretty much, we kind of agreed on that. It basically killed all the taste. So I'm going to basically keep that one aside, and I'm going to be, I don't know what I'm going to do exactly yet, but I'm probably going to be adding a little bit of honey.
We didn't taste that bad. It's just not that, you know,
yeah,
we shouldn't do our
I think we kind of agreed that like it pretty much got rid of like the apple taste, or I don't know. These are all around 6.5% alcohol, these ciders. So today we're going to be getting into carbonating them and bottling them. So it should be real quick. So let's get to it. So first we need priming sugar. So any priming sugar works. There's a bunch of other options that you can look up online. We got ours Brewer's Best from a beer kit that we have previously done, and
they also come
all start to accumulate over time.
Come with caps.
Yeah.
Also says Brewer's Best.
Yeah, so we're gonna. They always give us more than we need, so we're gonna be doing with the cider here.
And then these two, which will.
Did these come with the? I don't know if they.
No,
came
I
with
think.
the thing.
I mean,
yeah, this is how you cap bottles.
I'll show you how you just stick it on there.
So yeah, you can look up the formula online, but essentially it's 1 ounce of this priming sugar, which is about 2 tablespoons, and you put that in about a half a cup of water. So you bring the water to a boil, which we had here, and then you add the 2 tablespoons of priming sugar. It dissolves pretty easily. You just want to give it a little stir like this while it's on there. It dissolves real easily. You can't see anything in there. So we just need a gallon of a brew. So, and we're gonna just pour it in there and mix it up. So these 2 ciders tasted very similar. So we're just gonna combine them just to give us about a gallon. So we're just going to leave a little bit of room here because we are adding priming sugar, which is sort of like a base neutral sugar, so it shouldn't be affecting the taste at all.
Just carbonates it.
Yeah, so it's sort of starting up the fermentation process slightly, and that creates carbon, and it's built up inside the bottle. You just don't want to add too much, or else
there's videos where actually the bottles will explode and glass goes everywhere.
Well, those are whenever you like cork them, right?
No,
because these are just bottles.
No,
these
so
should shoot off.
Well, yeah, you know what those will. But these with the swing cap, if you carbonate this, that's why I have it capped like this. If you put this on there, there is no way for that thing to come off once it's snapped in. And if you carbonate this glass will break. There's videos on that I've seen.
And sometimes with wine bottles too, whenever you cork them. But with caps,
yeah,
these beer bottle caps, they should not be blowing up the bottle. You know, the pressure will find the weakest point, and that should be the bottle cap, unless, I don't know, there's a chip in the glass or something. But we're just going to add this. There might be a little bit of carbonating. Maybe not, but we're going to still mix it up a bit here. Do we have a stick or something?
Just like that.
So it carbonated a little bit.
As you can honestly already kind of see it.
Let's get some ASMR action. So it's carbonating a bit right now.
You have it all over you.
So we'll set this aside and we'll get the bottles out, which I've just been washing, and I'm just gonna say this whenever I think of it because I hardly think of it. Everything here is sanitized. You got to do that. You just get in the habit of it whenever you're getting into brewing long enough.
But you want to shake that up because you want it to kind of be even throughout that, because we're gonna now pour that into the bottles. So
yeah, so if
give it just a couple.
Yeah,
shakes.
I'm gonna keep shaking it up. Yeah, you don't want one bottle having almost all the sugar, else yeah, it's gonna blow up. So I'm gonna get the bottles out, and we're back. So we're gonna begin the bottling process here. I'm not gonna use this since we only have 1 gallon. It'll be pretty simple to pour this into each bottle. But if you had 5 gallons, 6 gallons,
you can't just lift it up and pour it in there.
Yeah, that'd be a heck of a process. So I'm just gonna show you this in this video. This is sort of for bottling. It's got this tip on it, as you can kind of see it, and yeah, so it goes up, and so whenever it's in this position, this is obviously plugged into your 5 to 6 gallon bucket. You would put this into the bottle. It would go down, hit the bottom, and this.
It's like a release.
Yeah, there's this release, and then once the bottle's filled up to the top, you would pull up and stop, and as soon as you pull this whole thing out, the liquid just drops just far enough to where.
Because you do want to leave just a little bit of headspace.
So you could buy one of these if you were doing a larger batch. Here we're doing 1 gallon. We could do this all by hand with a funnel. So let's begin.
Welcome back.
It's been about 2 weeks since we added the priming sugar to this hard cider, and now we're just going to do a quick taste test.
I'm hoping it doesn't explode.
Yeah, I think
Could
we
be
added
too much carbonation in here, but we have no idea.
We added a pretty good amount of the priming sugar. It was in our cold basement. It wasn't too cold.
Game on. Not bad.
There's like no carbonation.
What was it? Pour it. Give it a. I'm gonna pour. Don't do it so easy on mine. What do you mean? It's like it's okay. That could just be air though.
So there's some carbonation. The thing is, this was in our cold basement, and it needs to be warm enough for the fermentation process to kick back up. We add the priming sugar. There's a little bit of yeast in there still, and that yeast eating the added priming sugar is supposed to add the carbonation.
It's like a little hazy IPA.
Except it's a cider. So let's give it a little try. I mean, you can see some carbonation in there. Actually, yeah, it's actually looking pretty good. But, it's really got no head to it, which is...
So if it didn't carbonate, it's probably just going to be a little sweeter.
Yeah.
Because we added sugar to it. But
we're not going to be adding any more priming sugar. We're just going to take these from the cold basement up here and just give it a little bit more time. But let's give it a little taste.
it is carbonated.
Yeah, actually, I don't even know if we really need any more carbonation. Because you can see the bubbles all along the sides here. It just doesn't have much of a head, which is sort of like the foam on top. I'm not really sure if you should get much of that.
I don't think cider. Yeah, they usually would just be a little, like almost like pop.
Yeah, it looks good.
Doesn't taste bad either.
Yeah, this is an Angry Orchard.
Close. I think Angry Orchard has a little extra more sugar.
Yeah, like it's definitely sweet. We added no added sugars to this hard cider. You can watch the video that we did on making the hard cider. It's on our channel. I like this.
It's not
The
bad.
priming sugar, I think, maybe added a little bit of sweetness to it. Before that, this was considered a dry cider. Let's give it another tasty. That's awesome, actually.
It's good.
It's great summer. It's gonna be a great summer drink right here.
Probably had some flavors to it too.
Yeah, I think bringing the hard cider out of the cooled basement in this, 68, 67 degree upstairs here might help give it a little bit more fermentation or a little bit more carbonation. But for now, this is perfectly fine, actually. So give it one last downing it. That's awesome. One more.
To finish it. Yeah, just there's not much to really describe it with. If you've had an Angry Orchard like the original, it's kind of just what it tastes like.
Yep, and this is just commercial bought apple juice with no sorbates or sulfites added.
Mm-hmm.
You get that carbonation sting. Yeah, this is really good. If you're looking for a good way to make a very cheap alcohol, just get yourself some priming sugar, get yourself some apple juice at a local grocery store without sorbates or sulfites, get yourself a good yeast from the little experiment that we did. Lalvin D47 was a good yeast. Lalvin K1-V116 was a good yeast. Stay away from Lalvin EC1118. That one kind of ate through everything and didn't really give it a good taste.
Down the line, we might be able to get you like a list of what yeasts are good for what. But I mean, you could probably just find it online. But like I said, down the line, we'll get you some type of list.
Yeah, we'll
For
cover
like
that in the
ciders,
video.
meads, beer.
Because we're always doing experiments on what.
Because we still don't know. There's thousands out there. I don't say thousands, probably hundreds of yeasts.
Yeah, we mostly just focus with the Lalvin, which is Canadian, I believe, and then Red Star, which is American. You can get Kvike, I think. I just got some of that for the Ukrainian-Russian
There's probably Italian ones.
mead that we're
Russian
going to do.
ones.
But Kvike, I think, is from somewhere in Scandinavia. Let's just finish this off here.
One last sip. What's the percent on that?
Should be about 6.5% alcohol. So, yeah. Go get yourself these ingredients. Go brew it up in your basement. Or brew it up wherever you brew. But that's all for this episode. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Follow us on Instagram. Our link will be in the description below.